Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Great to see you here. It is 11 a.m. UTC. Thanks for joining our fourth virtual convening. When you're doing these, so we've sort of gotten into a regular sync of how we run these events. And it's great to have you all again. Just looking through the attendees list, we are seeing our regular folks as well as lots of new people, which is very exciting. Welcome one and all. We begin today our convening with a presentation from Executive Director for the Mojaloop Foundation, Paula Hunter. So I will pass it over to you, Paula.
All right, I'm going to share my screen. Great. Thanks, Simeon. It's hard to believe that you came on board with the foundation last February and I still haven't met you. But I sincerely look forward to meeting you face-to-face one of these days, as well as seeing many of you that are on the call face-to-face. We were in Johannesburg last January, and little did we know that we were going to go virtual for all these following events. But we do appreciate you joining us, and hopefully it's a meaningful update for you, even if we can't break bread together and share time together. So I'm going to do a quick update on the foundation this morning, and then I'll turn it over to the main sessions. So our community, you all that are here on the call today represent nearly 700 people that have engaged with us in recent years, spanning 6 continents and 47 countries. So I'm really pleased to see the diversity of contributors to our cause. From developers and marketeers to business development folks. We need all of your help and support, and we want to continue to see this cohort grow as the days go on. But we really have a solid footing here. No small thanks to Miller and the team at the Gates Foundation who brought this together and created this community. But we continue to grow it and are looking forward to your ongoing support. It's important to reiterate to all our mission. We really are focused on increasing financial inclusion by delivering interoperable payment systems to enable digital financial services for all. We can't lose sight of this. This is our reason for being. And I know that many of you that have been involved with us for the long haul have understood this mission, but it's always important to reiterate it and remember why we're doing this. Everyone benefits from an economy that includes everyone, and certainly now in the time of COVID, we find that folks even more so need access to financial services and payments. And so I hope that we can continue to accelerate our deployments and make an impact on the world. Just a quick stop to remind folks that behind the name is a team of people. Of course, we have our members, our members that are represented on the board of directors and the technical governing board. We also have through the community a number of organizations that drive our activity: the Design Authority, the Change Control Board, the Marketing Steering Group, the Community Council, and the Product Council. So your input into those teams is very essential and important in driving our mission forward. We also have a staff, including myself. We have finance and operations, public relations, marketing, PR, events, engineering director, community management, product strategy. A number of our staff are on the call today. Obviously, Simeon as community manager, Leslie Ann Vaughn as our product strategy lead. But we also have Alyssa McCardle, who is our events orchestrator. So thank you, Alyssa. Catherine LaValle, who also supports us on events. Megan Cannon, who many of you have met face-to-face, who assists Simeon on community operations, and I'm not sure if Amanda's on, but several other folks will be popping on from the staff over the course of the week. So do thank them for their support of this initiative and this activity. So I wanted to talk a little bit about our priorities for 2021 and also how we will structure our work through the course of this year to achieve this priority. I think the simple way to state it for this year is we want to gain traction. We've had well over 4 years now of focused activity in the development space to bring us to this point where we have a really solid platform in place. And now we really want to focus on deployments. So how do we measure success? We want to see progress on the projects that are already underway. We want to see new pilots around the globe, and we want to see some large-scale deployments. So the staff in particular, but also our board, our technical governing board, and the other folks that are contributing to the cause are really focused now on deployments, gaining traction, and seeing some success in the marketplace. So some of the ways that we are going to address that is if you look at the upper right-hand corner here, the Mojaloop adoption funnel, in order to get to deployments, some of the things that we need to do is increase awareness and increase interest in Mojaloop. And so we'll be increasing our focus on delivering white papers, demos, better documentation, and clarity on issues that could affect folks' willingness to adopt Mojaloop. So it's really important right now for us to look at regulators, hub operators, payment system strategy consultants, and make sure that they understand our message, understand the value proposition Mojaloop, and are able to help advocate for our solution. We also need to move people from awareness to interest and consideration. So we need to reduce barriers to entry such that a new entity doesn't have to take 3 to 6 months to be effective. We need to have simpler get started signpost documentation for multiple personas. We need to have quick business process and reference user design thinking for the hub, ideally aligned with IIPS. And we need standardized packaged offers from the community for proof of concepts and standards adoption. So, moving from awareness and interest, we really need to make it easy for folks to evaluate Mojaloop, test it out, run demos, and move towards intent and deployment. So this year will be the year of removing friction, cost reduction, understanding and resolving gaps through the eyes of the adopters, and enhancing confidence in our claim of being a trustworthy, quality, and credible solution for the marketplace. So really pivoting from our ongoing work of development, which is the basis for which we exist, we need to engage the marketplace. We need to make sure that we are delivering a solution that they can understand, test, and deploy. So that's our mantra for the year. But we can't do it alone. First of all, we have our member companies that help run the operation, that run our board of directors, our technical governing board, provide funding for our operations. So I thank each and every one of our member companies for providing that support. These are our current members. We welcome additional members. There's opportunities for you to participate at the board and technical governing board level. So if you have any questions, do check in with me. I'll be happy to share the details of how to become a member. We also have our product council participants. It's kind of hard to believe that we just launched the product council late last year in Q4, but it's been populated with a very robust set of participants that are providing us additional insight into what's required in the marketplace, what gaps we have in the product, and how we can prioritize our work to, again, facilitate pilots and deployments. So we do thank the folks that have recently joined that council and appreciate your input and support of our activities. But we also have you, the community that is, as I mentioned, spans 6 continents and 45 countries. I had to put that center slide in with the center photos in that show what a convening looks like live. Again, we do hope to get back to live convenings perhaps this year. Not sure when that will be, but we do appreciate your ongoing support and patience. I know 5 days of Zoom calls is a bit trying, but we do appreciate your attention and participation this week and in all weeks as you help on the work streams. So I don't want to steal Simeon's thunder here, but I wanted to touch base on a few priorities for 2021 with regard to the different functional areas of the organization. As Simeon will share with you in greater detail over the next couple of days, our community objectives are to reduce friction for adopters and contributors, make it very easy for you to participate in our work, attract and grow new constituencies of contributors. So there's a broad range of work to be done and a broad need for diversity in our community. And there's also a broad set of deliverables that we need. It's not just about code. We need advocacy, we need documentation, we need testing, we need demos. So there's many ways in which the community can contribute. It's not just about code, obviously very important, but we do welcome contributions, and I'm sure that Simeon can steer you to match up with what best fits your capabilities. We also have a marketing team in place, and they've been working closely with our marketing steering group. The marketing steering group is a number of member companies that have joined in and provide us additional insight on what our priorities should be for awareness and other marketing activities. Their priorities this year, in a snippet, more showing and telling, but more specifically, they want to focus on raising awareness of our mission with use cases, ways to adopt, ways to get involved and sponsor our activities. We need advocates for adoption across central banks, DFSPs, systems integrators. So all of those folks are very important to advocate for on our behalf. And they also want to help Simeon in his mission to grow the global Mojaloop community with more contributors, increased community participation, and collaboration with inclusion-focused organizations. So we're not in this alone. We have a lot of support between the community, the marketing team, and our members, and the marketing team is well positioned to take advantage of that input. I'm not going to go through this slide in great detail, but just to give you a sense of the activities that we will be focused on in 2021 from a marketing and PR standpoint. The traditional PR elements are in place. We have increased focus on content, newsletters, blogs, podcasts, an adoption toolkit for business development folks, increased presence from a digital media standpoint, emails, social media, video, our website, and emphasis on events. Of course, the community meetings are important, but we also have a lot of opportunities for speaking engagements. Now that they're virtual, it's much easier to accommodate. We don't have to get on a plane to attend all these conferences. So we'll continue to take advantage of those options with the various conferences. And we'll also be starting up a webinar series this year. So plenty of opportunity for you to participate in our outbound awareness and advocacy work. And again, if you're interested in the marketing steering group, let me know. We'll be happy to have your input and participation. We also need to expand our partnerships with various entities that can help us strengthen awareness, provide funding, and advance deployments. So when we partner with other companies with like-minded missions, they can help amplify our messages, and they can influence a non-technical audience of regulators, payments consultants, commercial decision makers earlier in the process. So again, if we want to get to deployment, we need to make sure we're influencing the right people. We also want to gain endorsements from larger players who win infrastructure projects that can advocate for us, and partner with donors funding projects in emerging markets. So in a lot of cases, we're talking to countries where they're interested in moving forward with a pilot. In some cases, they may not have the funds to do so. So we need to partner with entities that can provide that type of funding. And again, continue to grow the Mojaloop community, engaging service providers across the project lifecycle. So not just implementation and consulting services, but folks that can operate a Mojaloop platform once it's in place. So this partner program is in the preliminary phases. We haven't launched a formal partner program, but we already have partners in all of these different categories. Of course, we have our membership structure in place. Strategic partners, we've been opportunistic in engaging with influencers. We also have had targeted conversations with folks that can provide funding for some of our projects. We've had ad hoc go-to-market activity with services providers across implementation, consulting, development, hosting, and support. So that's an area where we need to increase our activity and need have more formalized partnerships in place. So stay tuned on that. And then there's complementary solutions. There's offerings out there in the marketplace that round out the Mojaloop platform, and both via the community, these meetings this week, and the product council, we're identifying those offerings that enhance and extend the solution. So with that, I'll just wrap up today and remind you all that the mission this year, the focus this year is on, as I said, gaining traction, seeking deployments, pilot projects, full implementations. And so the team is very much focused on that initiative for the year. I'm not seeing anything in the chat right now, so I will move to my last slide. We just want to remind you that we need to have a little fun. We need to relax. 5 days of Zoom is a lot to ask of all of you, but we'd like to see your smiling faces on Wednesday at the close of our sessions. Turn on your camera, grab a beverage, and let's just chat. We're going to capture a few screenies because we want to document all of you that have participated this week, but also just want to chat, catch up, see what's happening on the home front, and also answer any questions that haven't been addressed thus far this week. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Simeon. Have a great week, everyone. Again, thanks for participating.